Greetings, dear friends. Happy Monday to you, my dear. I trust you had a beautiful weekend and are ready to immerse yourself in this first full week of month of July. Here we are with our usual Monday check-in and our newly titled The Inner Compass Forecast. For these sessions, I like to just feel into what phase of the moon are we being influenced by this week, and then we're going to pull some cards to set the tone, to really immerse ourselves into the energies that are possible. I was just thinking this morning about the inner compass forecast. The whole idea and intention with these sessions are to really help you and be inspired and really in touch with your own compass, your own inner guidance system to help you navigate and make best choices as this is for our inner landscape and our outer landscape. So all that being said, this week's lunar influence is from a full moon in the sign of Capricorn, which will be with us in 3 days on the 10th. With it being in Capricorn, there may well be a really strong influence on doing, more on the doing, the accomplishment, the perseverance, the getting things done. And also practicality, practical wisdom. Capricorn is very much about action steps and goal setting and accomplishment and achievement. So perhaps this is a really good time for you to really check on yourself, check what's your progress. What's your progress? What's your process? How far have you come? This is a really important piece too, that as we acclimate to choices and paths and directions, that to actually really pause, maybe put your hand on your heart and just pause and then really acknowledge and pat yourself on the shoulder for all of the things that you've come through, that you've achieved, that you've navigated, that you've gone towards. Maybe there are phases that supported you well that are no longer in effect. And so, but then also, what's your life's work? What are you working towards? That's something else that I think is really important too. And when I say what's your life's work, that can be the simple things. My life's work is to be creative. My life's work is to help people tap into their intuition and to also to soothe their nervous system. And so your life's work, are you working towards it? Are you accomplishing the things that you really intend to? If anything that I say on these sessions discombobulate you, or you need a wee bit more support or guidance, just put it in the comments below or message me directly. Sorry, notification came up there on my computer. Okay, so just feel into that. Or the other thing that I wanted to say to you about the full moon in Capricorn is boundaries. This is a conversation that often comes up when I'm speaking with clients and students, is that the recognition that you deserve your own boundaries. You deserve the awareness of your own protective bubble. And so Capricorn energy will actually really inspire you to make sure that you are telling yourself the truth to yourself about yourself and actually allowing yourself to have boundaries put in place. Boundaries put in place so that you are actually focusing on your legacy, on what you're here to share, to bring into being. Okay, take a nice deep breath. Let's start pulling some cards. The first deck that I like to use for these sessions is my deck. I actually use two of my decks with these sessions. So the first one is my letting go guidance system. Because you see, I feel like whenever we get in touch with that inner compass, that lunar guidance, because that's a really beautiful way to help navigate, but then there's always things that come up that they're not influencing us anymore, or it's best, or we'd be wise to let them go, to say, okay, this is a new paradigm. I'm stepping into a new chapter. So what can we focus on letting go of as we really immerse ourselves in this full moon? Oh, I didn't tell you, it's the buck moon. That's something else. I did pull a card. Something else I wanted to bring your attention to on this full moon. It's called the buck moon. And So buck moon it's actually called that because this is the time where stags start to regrow their antlers. And so from our perspective, this is a time to recognize and acknowledge how resilient we are, how far we've come, how strong, how guided, how spiritual, how aligned we are. So that's just another wee piece that I wanted to bring into that before we look at, oh, this is funny. Funny, not funny maybe. The card that's come up to let go is stubbornness. And so that's funny when I just said resilience. Resilience could be a wee bit of stubbornness, but allowing yourself to look to see, are there areas where you kind of have dug your heels into and not allowing flow and change, because a really strong influence here to allow this, the light of the full moon, to release and let go of anything which is maybe maybe making you play small, or having maybe you getting too indoctrinated on, nope, this it's got to be this way. Take a deep breath and see, is there stubbornness that can actually just say, okay, that was then, this is now. Now I'm going to find my best flow. And use that question that I've said to you before on these sessions. How do I feel about myself here? If I'm feeling stuck, or I'm feeling anxious, or I'm feeling discombobulated in some way, then perhaps it's because it's an old paradigm. It's a story that I've told myself, or that I've allowed to be the guiding force that doesn't serve anymore. So see, how does that come up for you? And so as I was riffing on that idea, letting go of stubbornness, letting go of that which may be holding you back, the big boulder that's in your way. Oh, this is a good one. The tarot card that's come up is strength. Don't you love that? I said that this buck full moon in the sign of Capricorn. So the strength card really feels like there's definite forward motion, but with a quiet strength, quiet, peaceful inner strength. We are all so powerful, powerful beyond measure. And sometimes, maybe if stubbornness is in our way, we forget, you know what? Whatever comes up, I've got this. I can do this. Whatever challenges or deviations or detours come up, you can deal with it. So maybe in letting go of stubbornness, there can be a wee bit of a sense of freedom that, you know what? I'm just going to take my steps forward, align with my life's work, and keep those boundaries up and keep them in place, because I am doing the best I can with what I have, and allowing a sense of trust to evolve for you, that you are in the right place at the right time, even if your chattering mind may have you think otherwise. Take a nice deep breath and maybe even just acknowledge to yourself, I am powerful beyond measure. Repeat that. Breathe it in. I am powerful beyond measure. And really allow yourself to acknowledge that at your heart space. Okay, I just felt like I needed to underline that one for you. So now I was shuffling as we were talking about that. These cards are called the Intuitive Whispers Oracle. And I like to just really feel into the messages that this comes up. And actually, this is interesting. So the first one, power of silence. Maybe you can just allow yourself to sit in the silence that comes from your heart energy, instead of getting too caught up in the blah, blah, blah of the inner mind, which can actually be, fueling that sense of stubbornness. So what can you do to just allow yourself to find your best rhythm, find your best way, and feel into your emotions? I feel like this one or nuances of that come up often for us in these sessions. With the Capricorn energy, it's much more about action taking and practicalities, but it's important to allow our emotions to fuel that or to inform that. And that's the idea of this idea of the inner compass, is that feel it first and then make the practical steps. and allow yourself to find your best rhythm, your flow with that. And actually, this is an interesting one to come up with the power of silence, the magic of nothingness. I like that one. The magic of nothingness. Maybe everything is the way it's going to be, or the way it's, just allow yourself to lean into that. The magic. There is magic all around us, should we choose to see it. And then allowing yourself to just feel into that which is intended for you will always, always find you. And so sometimes actually, that's funny. I just said that, and this huge bunch of birds just flew past my window. That was just confirmation. So that which is for you will always find you. And sometimes that means sitting in this idea of the silence and the magic, that I don't have to worry about things. I don't have to get all stressed out or think, oh my gosh, I have to resolve this or find out the how or the why. Those are the two, what, how and why. Maybe you can just surrender and say, all is well. It's all in flow. So I trust that makes sense. Like I said, if you need any support or reflections or further information on any of these ideas, or this triggers something for you, just let me know, because this is about helping you navigate. And that's what I said at the beginning, helping you navigate your inner landscape so that you can make best sense and best way forward in the outer landscape. So just about ready to wrap this session up and send you off into this beautiful week ahead. We're going to finish off with one of my Liberate Your Inner Truth cards. And it's beautiful. It's I am connected. You are connected. We are all connected. Such an important reminder. So it says, I make time to connect regularly with my higher self for guidance and reflection. I also make time to interact with loved ones. I trust this all makes sense and allows you to create a beautiful, empowered week ahead. Enjoy that Capricorn full moon, that buck moon, and I'll be back again with you next week. Much love and thanks for watching.